Good afternoon, everyone. How's everything so far in our webinar? Yesterday, we have discussed a lot from content development up to this morning on the video production. And a while ago, you have also discussed on how to critique a video. Now, this time, I'd like to share to you on how to evaluate our learning resources. Now, this is a process which is very critical, especially in our post-production, so that we will be able to know if the video instructions that we were able to make are of good quality and will be very effective for our learners. My presentation this afternoon rather, is as presented by Ms. Katrina Arguanio of the Assessment Curriculum and Technological Center. So let me start. Evaluation, ladies and gentlemen, is judging our learning resources based on its effectiveness in reaching our specified goals. Now, remember, during the discussion of our script writing, in making our videos, it is very important that we have our objectives for our specific video instruction. Now, why do we need to evaluate? We need to evaluate in order to measure the outcomes and assess its impact. Now, how do we do that? We do that by asking how and to what extent the learning resource is making a difference. Okay? The second one, we need to evaluate in order to disseminate results. This is to inform our stakeholders of the result in order to make future plans and initiatives. And the last but not the least, we need to evaluate because we have to look to the future. In doing so, the results will serve as our baseline data on which part of our resources needs to be retained, replicated, revised, or removed. Now, how do we do that? There are 5 key components that we need to know in order to evaluate our learning resource. The first one is its attractiveness. The second is comprehensibility. The third is acceptability. The fourth is self-involvement. And the fifth is the call to action. Now, how do we evaluate these components? Let's tackle first attractiveness. When we talk about attractiveness, we are talking about appeal. It is the ability of the learning resource to easily and immediately draw the interest and attention of our learners. So when we do evaluation under attractiveness, we need to answer the following questions. Did the learning resource draw the attention of our learners? Are the visual components appealing to the eyes? Is it attractive? Is it nice to look at? Can it sustain the interest of our learners? And are the audio components pleasant to the ears? All right? So, since it is video, it should be that both the audio and the video components of our resource material are of good quality. Because if any or either the visuals, the video, or the audio is not good, then it will become very distracting, and learners might lose interest in watching our video instruction. All right. The second one is comprehensibility. Comprehensibility means how our learning resource is easily understood. Can they understand our presentations? This also entails the use of appropriate language and organization of content. Of course, we have to make sure that our video instructions are logically presented and easy to follow, and that it uses a language and vocabulary that is suitable for the age group of our viewers. So under this, we need to ask the following questions. Is the content precise and easily understood? Are the ideas organized logically? And is the language used appropriate? Okay. The third is acceptability. What is this? This means that the learning resource or our video instruction is free from factual and grammatical errors. Okay? And it must be that it has no ideological, racial, religious, gender, and cultural biases. So it should be fair. It should be balanced. Okay, so how are we going to evaluate that? We will answer the following questions. Is the learning resource free from factual errors? Is the learning resource free from ideological prejudices? And last but not the least, is the learning resource inclusive to persons with disability? All right. Now, moving on, we have self-involvement. What is this? This means that our video instruction must be relatable to the learners. And how do we make sure that our video instructions are relatable to our learners? Thing is, video instructions should address the learner and that examples are based on real life experiences so that it can be relatable. Okay? So how do we evaluate this rather? So we need to answer the following questions. Did you feel that the learning resource is intended for you? Did the learning resource show practical life, real life situations? Or were you able to relate your experiences with the examples? Right? And then the last that we have to look into is the call to action. Call to action means that your learning resource was able to encourage, motivate, and influence the learners. It should be that through your video instruction, learners are convinced to put their learnings into practice. Yun bang, after watching the video, they were able to understand the lesson and they are inspired and motivated to do the activity that you have assigned them to do or to do the activities that were found in our modules. Okay? So, how do we make sure that there is call to action or na nakapasok talaga sa call to action? So, we need to answer the following questions. Did the learning resource motivate you to learn more about the topic? Did you want to share your learnings to your peers? And did you apply your learning to your real life situations? And so these are the questions that we need to answer. Now to recap, these are the 5 elements or components in evaluating our learning resource, particularly our video instruction. First is attractiveness. It talks about how to draw the attention of the learners, or does the video instruction easily draw the attention of the learners? And then we have comprehensibility. Does the learner easily understood the learning resource? And then, of course, acceptability. Is it free from factual grammatical errors as well as from gender, cultural, racial, and ideological prejudices? Does it have self-involvement? Is it relatable to and engaging with the learners? And the last but not the least is call to action. Is it encouraging and motivating real life application of the learnings that our learners learn from our lessons? Okay, so if you're going to make a rubric out of this, it will look like that one. Okay, so we have attractiveness, comprehensibility, acceptability, self-involvement, and call to action. Does our video lesson fall under expert level, competent level, or novice level. So this coming Tuesday, we will be able to probably use this tool for evaluating a video lesson using using your video instructions that you will be submitting. And I know that you will be making very good videos, and I'm excited. Our team is very excited to watch the video presentations that you will be preparing for Region 10. Yes. Go Region 10. Thank you very much and God bless everyone.